Hey guys, it's been a long time. Things got a little crazy for me and my family. We are now moving. Our house that we're currently in is sold, and we're trying to move on the 14th, which is when the people that bought this house want to be in here. So that's the main reason why I haven't really updated. And then doing the hair videos, it got really repetitive, and obviously I've had a style change. I got it all cut off. I got the front part dyed back to my normal color, and then I have this stripe back here, which is another video that'll be about trying to get your hair white, which is very complicated. And yeah, that's that. So I didn't do hair videos because for the longest time I had my hair blue, and it's like I just kept re-dyeing it blue, and I think that's the last color I did on YouTube. I don't know. But then randomly one night I was like, I'm tired of blue. I have this pink dye, so I bleached it. I put in the pink, and for a little while I had pink. So yeah. Right, this video. Sorry, I'm going to be all over the place because I have so much to talk about. This is going to be a new series that I'm going to be doing, which is my journey through cosplay. This video is going to be about how I got started, my background with cosplay related things. That'll make more sense in a second. And then what I plan to do in the future. Sorry, we're doing crazy things out there, and there's multiple noises. So yeah, if there's weird noises in the background, it's the washer and the dryer, and then whatever else they're doing out there. Anyways, okay. So I started cosplaying really in 2010. My first convention was NakaCon 2011. 2010 in October for Halloween, I went as the girl from Pokemon Fire Red. That was a pretty cool one. My hair was the perfect length. I have the hat in my closet someplace. Yeah, I still have the hat. The tank top I wore is now ruined because I used it to bleach my hair, and I got bleach and dye, mainly bleach, all over it, so it's pretty much ruined. Anyway, and it got really stretched out from all the years that I've worn it. The skirt is now the skirt from my Maka Allborn cosplay, which I wore to NakaCon 2011. I have the leg warmers downstairs in my basement. I don't know what shoes I wore. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, that was October 2010. That was for Halloween, and then for NakaCon 2011, I was Maka Allborn. It was kind of a pull-together piece kind of cosplay. I had found the jacket at a store called Half of Half, which is like better than any thrift store in the world. I would get online and look it up. I will probably find a link. I don't know what's happening with my voice. I'll probably put a link in the description. It's a great store. Okay, so I got my Maka Allborn jacket from Half of Half. I borrowed a white shirt from my cousin, who at the time was closer to my size than he is now. Or maybe I borrowed it from my mom, because he was quite tall. I borrowed it from my mom. I remember that because it had lace on the front. And then she gave me an old yellowish shirt that I cut up. I didn't even sew a hem on it. I hot glued a hem on it. Now this was oh my gosh, the con's tomorrow, I need to get this done today kind of thing. So yes, I have I've done crazy things. And then the skirt, the red skirt that I had for my Pokemon Fire Red cosplay, I hand painted on the stripes for the plaid. And I've had many people come up to me and be like, dude, where'd you get your skirt? And I'd be like, I painted on the stripes, and I got the skirt at a thrift store. And they'd be like, you painted on those stripes? I'm like, yeah, really? And they're like, are you serious? And they take a closer look and be like, oh my gosh, I would never have guessed that those were painted on. So that always makes me feel good. The boots were boots that I wear every day. I still have them. We took this white stuff. We put it on the bottom of our cabinets to keep it from keeping from water getting on the wood. And my mom just cut out strips and we taped them onto my boot. Like halfway through the first day, I had a strap fall off, and we had to temporarily get it on there somehow. And then I think it just ended up falling off sometime during the con. And so I was missing a strap on one of my boots, and I just went home and fixed it again. The only bad thing about the Mako cosplay is that I had sprayed my hair with this spray-on stuff that was supposed to make my hair blonde, and it was like glitter went everywhere. It got all over my coat. My at the time boyfriend, anytime I hugged him or leaned on him, he just had sparkles all over him. He had the first day he went as Keelik. Yes, he went as Keelik, and then not getting as recognized. Well, he had an interesting way of portraying him, and nobody seemed to recognize him. So he was like, I'm going to Sid tomorrow. I went, okay. And he painted his face blue, and we did the tattoos, and he had a beanie and a vest and everything. And like his vest, by the end of the day, was just covered in glitter about all right here. Because that's where I came up to him, and anytime I laid my head on him, glitter would go, and we joked about it, and we said that I'd gotten in a fight with Edward from Twilight, and like I beat him or I ate him or something like that, and just the glitter was just coming off of my head because I had ate him or something like that. But yeah, so I kind of learned from that, don't spray your hair, just go with whatever your natural color is for Maka. I mean, it's totally accepted to have brown hair and be Maka, because I saw like 4 of them there, and I was like, I should have just left my hair the way it was. And then of course I read 2 months later something online, and they're like, don't spray your hair, and I went, oh crap, I did that already. So yeah, I will be looking for a wig for Maka, but that will be when I feel like playing her again. Let's see. And then after that, Halloween came around, and I did Toothless, I think. Yeah. Pretty sure I did Toothless. And then for NakaCon 2012, I was Yuna from Final Fantasy X2. I did her Gunner costume, which if any of you went to NakaCon 2012, you knew it was freezing. It would have not surprised anyone if it would have snowed that weekend, and of course it had to be the coolest weekend that year. It sucked. My friend was Riku in her thief costume, and it's like there was no coverage, nothing, and it sucked. But yeah, NakaCon 2013, which is in March, I'm not going to because I have a wedding to go to, and it is that same weekend. But oh well, I have next year to go, and I don't have a costume ready anyways. This past Halloween, so Halloween 2012, I was Loki in his suit in the German scene from the Avengers. That was also kind of a fail. I don't have any pictures of it. I have the shirt and the vest sitting in my closet right now. The shirt I bought at JCPenney Outlet. The vest is my cousin's, and it needs buttons. There's only 3 on there, and I kept buttoning it crooked, and it was uncomfortable. And then I got a tie, and then pants. But yeah, I have a wig. That'll be a story for my wig video, which is probably the next video I will do. But for when I did it for Halloween, I had slicked back my hair because my hair at the time was long enough to where if I slicked it back it would be the same length as Loki's, and I sprayed it, and I had a friend help me, but she didn't quite get all of it, so I had lots of pink showing through. And then by the time I got done with dancing and all that other stuff, it had come out, so my hair was a weird purple by the end of the night. So yeah, if you spray your hair darker, I think that would be okay, because it seemed to look okay, but I only got like 3 pictures and nobody recognized me, but who cares? I do plan on making Loki's full armor, but right now, because of the moving situation, I'm not really working on anything. I'm trying to find fabric mostly. I'm gathering tutorials online and stuff like that. So my background, besides when I started cosplaying, I did this thing called Odyssey of the Mind. Some of you might know who that is. I have met rare amount of people who actually know what it is. It is, the best way to describe it is competitive theater, but you and your team of 7, you are on a team of 7 people, and you guys are the only one that can make the stuff. The script, the props, the costumes, makeup, backgrounds, anything that goes into your play, which is actually just a 7-minute play, you have to make yourself. So learning how to sew and make things out of weird objects was something I learned very early on, because I did that from about kindergarten to 7th grade. And then that was it. But I've been trained to think outside of the box in every situation. We made, there was one year we had a spaghetti monster costume thing, and we used those really old mops that like are the stringy kind of stuff that you hardly ever see in the Mickey Mouse film. That's kind of what they would look like. I don't know. I always knew if you stood them upside down, they looked like that they were a girl with really crazy hair, but that's just me. But we used that to make the spaghetti costume, and then we would use like insulator foam to, one time we had to make a rock costume, and so we just got a box and made it fit the guy, and then sprayed it with the insulator, and we spray painted it, and then like I can make a bunch of stuff out of duct tape, or actually I can't make stuff out of duct tape. I can fix stuff with duct tape. I can fix a lot of stuff with duct tape. Duct tape and hot glue, those are my 2 best friends. So making things easy, well, not exactly easy, but cheaply, is something I can do very well. I can take and look. If you give me a picture and be like, hey, I need this costume made, and I'll be like, alright, well, give me a few days, and I will break it down, and I will be like, you can buy this from a thrift store, you can buy this from a thrift store, you might have to buy material to make this, this you can make out of clay, this you could do that, and it's like, just making things simpler and cheaper is my goal. I'm always like, find the cheapest way to make something, which is going to, cheapest and easiest way. Sometimes the cheapest is not the easiest. But you know, that's okay. So as I go through all this, I'll be like, I went to the thrift store and I got this for this costume or that for that costume. Like the blue jeans I talked about earlier, they're going to be for my Toothiana costume that I'm doing. Cosplay, costume, whatever. I have the wig for that. I have feathers for that. I gotta go get a headband and maybe some extra feathers. I can't remember. I know I have feathers. Anyways, so it's like with the Toothiana, I have simplified it so I don't have to spend so much time doing feathers. I've had my fair share of experience with dealing with feathers, and they are one of the hardest things to work with. What I'm going to do, I have a blue wig that I'm going to take, and the front bangs and maybe some of the sideburn hair, or whatever you want to call it, will be green. My challenge right now is trying to figure out how to get it green, because it's not dyeable, and I found out after I bought the wig that you can't dye a wig lighter, which, yeah, that's going to be an issue. I might end up having to get green wefts and putting in those, which will be an interesting challenge. And then I'm getting it's all going to be just like her, but it's going to be close. A blue shirt, going to get gold bangles, her kind of tail feathers. I'm going to make a skirt, and the back's going to be longer, and kind of, it'll look like feathers and such. And then blue pants, I'm going to wear heeled boots, and those I'm going to make boot covers for and everything. So, yeah. To get the full, I have quite a few cosplay plans that I'd like to do. Some of them I'm not going to do unless I have a partner to do with, because it's like OTP. I gotta have somebody to do it with me. I will post my Tumblr in the description, and you can, it's like all things cosplay or something like that. And that has my full list of what I'm going to do in the future, what I plan to do in the future, what I've done in the past. Usually it has pictures and stuff. So yeah, this is basically going to be like, here's what I do. It might be wrong, you might not agree with the way I'm doing it, but you know what, it's how I'm going to do it, and I could care less. And feel free to be like, hey, if you want to do this, here's an easier way to do it, since the way you were doing it was clearly frustrating and you weren't getting the results you wanted. Or if you like find a supplier of something, be like, hey, check these guys out, they've got this stuff for cheap. Or, I mean, I've already been kind of yelled at. They probably didn't mean to yell at me, but it was on a cosplay.com, and to me, I read it and they were very snotty, and they were like, you should have done your research on wigs and all this other stuff. And it's like, I'm sorry, but this is my first time doing wigs. I got my hair cut in December. And before that, obviously, I used my natural hair for all of my cosplays where I wore a hat. So, this is going to be an experience for me with the wigs and stuff. I'll get to that in the next video. But making, sewing things, it's like making costumes is kind of a second nature to me. If I could do it for a living, I honestly would. Like, I would quit college and open up a costume shop if I knew it would work. But I don't know if it will. So yeah. So these videos, it just kind of depends on what I'm going to talk about. Like, obviously part of my life got into that video and it's not completely cosplay related. And you'll have to bear with me because I'm very like, woo, let's talk about this. Oh no, let's talk about that. Oh wait, we were supposed to be talking about this. Yeah, so random things will be tossed in there and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, things might be a little bit random. I will probably look off to the distance because I just think better, because when I look at the camera I see myself, and that's kind of weird. Not that I don't like looking at myself. What time is it? Okay, cool. Yes, these videos might be random. I have said that already. I will try to keep them as cosplay related as possible. I will have a bunch of tips that fly out of my mouth at the same time because I'm just like, here, know all of this information. I will do some tutorials. I'll probably record some of me and just be like, hey guys, I'm gonna try this method that I found online. I'll let you know if it really works or not. And you can see me struggle and you can probably laugh at me and be like, dude, there is such an easier way to do that. And you know what? If there is, please tell me. Because sometimes it's hard. And hello. Hi. I don't even know what I was talking about now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the journey of my cosplay. If you have any tips or tricks or whatever, just leave it in the comment space. I'll put up, I have Tumblr, Twitter, DeviantArt, there's someplace else. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, so I'll put all those up. You guys can follow me or whatever. I'm not very active on Twitter, but I haven't told my friends I have a Twitter yet, so I'm just like, no. I check it about once a week. So, yeah, but I'll put all that up, and so I hope you guys look forward to this. The next video will probably, well, it'll probably be wigs. Probably watch me style my Tooth Fairy wig. Well, not really style it, but I gotta finish cutting it. Anyways, so I will see y'all later. See y'all. I'm working on the goodbye thing later. Anyways, see ya, guys.